Hey, look, come here. I'm not gonna arrest you on all right? This is just for the time being. Come on. Come on, officially. All right.
Warrant has been issued for South Florida rapper Kodak Black. Officials say Bill Capri, better known as Kodak Black, violated the conditions of his pretrial release. This mugshot is from his initial arrest last year when troopers pulled him over for driving with an expired driver's license and tags and found drugs on him.
Brand new details just hit the streets about Kodak Black's case, and this one's a total bombshell. Fresh reports straight out of Broward County reveal that Kodak's felony trafficking and possession trial is officially locked in for late 2025, and trust me, this ain't looking good at all. Instead of being offered another shot at rehab, the court's skipping straight to the big leagues. No more leniency, no more get-it-together chances, just cold, hard consequences waiting to drop on him like a hammer. Sources say when Kodak got the news, it broke him down instantly. Moments later, he hopped on TikTok Live, and fans were stunned by what they saw. His face looked tired, eyes empty, like the weight of the world had finally caught up to him.
Absolutely, I like that. All right, DT, thank you for the... Yeah, you all right, for that next time, I'm gonna play some Drew Hill. I got Camper, I got Anita Baker, all on the way. My name is Jimmy Rodriguez, I'm in for Shelby Russian today. Hot 105. Russian today. Hot 105.
People flooded the comments saying things like, "This don't even look like Kodak anymore," and "He's falling apart for real." The pressure's clearly eating away at him, and the live only made the situation look worse. Meanwhile, back inside the courtroom, it's pure tension. Whispers between prosecutors and defense lawyers made it clear that Kodak's luck has officially run out. One attorney inside the courtroom reportedly said, "This isn't about rehab anymore. It's about time."
Hey, look, come here. I'm not gonna arrest you on all right? This is just for the time being. Come on. Come on, officially. All right. You know your license is no good. But I'm not too worried about that. That's a ticket, right? That's a ticket.
They're done talking recovery. Now it's about how many years they're planning to lock him up for. Prosecutors even demanded the judge send him straight to jail immediately, claiming he's been skipping out on key court requirements and basically showing no sign of turning his life around. And just when fans thought it couldn't get more shocking, prosecutors pulled out actual footage to prove their point. One clip allegedly showed Kodak dancing on his kitchen counter, wild-eyed and completely out of it, leaving the courtroom dead silent. That same clip spread across the internet like wildfire, with fans crying out that something's seriously wrong, and critics saying it's proof he's spiraling out of control. Right now, Kodak's not just fighting a legal battle, he's fighting to prove he can even hold himself together before the gavel drops. That viral moment didn't just blow up online. It caught the attention of one of the realest voices in the rap game, Boosie Badazz, and he didn't hold back one bit. Boosie jumped in with a bold message about Kodak's situation, saying straight up that the last thing Kodak needs right now is prison time. But it wasn't just sympathy. Boosie broke it down in a way that had fans realizing just how deep this could get.
Seriously.
You got the sentence, what you want to match? Got some shit got it sent. You been to the boy, got some shit, this boy on you on your back. Yeah, stuck on the mat. Hey, stuck on the mat. Then a bed rest, then a long nap, because she took it out today, and you can't do it back. You can't help.
That viral.
He reminded everyone of something wild. Kodak once did a track with Tekashi 6699, and in the prison system, that connection is basically a red flag waving over your head. Boosie warned that in jails across the US, being tied to someone like 669 is dangerous business. It marks you instantly. Guards might ignore you, inmates might target you, and your time behind bars turns into a living nightmare before the cell door even shuts. In that system, Boosie said, people don't forget who you associate with. That alone could make Kodak's next chapter behind bars straight up terrifying.
You know, Kodak done been in jail, bro, so that was a detrimental move to him, bro. Like 6ix9ine, I'm gonna tell you this, Black, and I'm pretty sure 6ix9ine knows this too. 6ix9ine is the most hated person in prison.
Really?
You hear 6ix9ine name damn near every other day. When people looking at their case, this motherfucker goes 6ix9ine. Like he is hated, he's hated. He's hated, bro. What Kodak did, he's gonna have to stand on that. He better stay out of, I got 9 calls from the feds, from the state, everything. Like, Boost, is it true? I know people are, bro, they gonna get on Kodak for that, bro. If he ever...
But the problem runs way deeper than just who Kodak collaborated with. This isn't his first dance with the same kind of charges. It's deja vu all over again. 2 years ago, he was arrested under nearly identical circumstances, and now that old record is haunting him like a ghost he can't shake. Being a repeat offender means the court's patience is long gone, and the sentences get much heavier. Let's rewind for a second. Back on February 28, 2023, Kodak stood in front of the judge on similar charges, possession and firearm violations. He told the court himself that he'd been sipping drank, though he swore he wasn't on anything else. But the wild part? He said too much.
I was on the and I was asleep in front of my family house, bro. That's it. I was on that drink, sleep in front of my people's house. But that ain't illegal. And that ain't illegal. So all that shit is just the process that it had to be in other mud shot. The process that even though like bogus is I'm plastered all over the internet. Then on top of that, it's like, bro, like, I'm Haitian. And then it's just like my era, bro, like, nah, like, man, you better.
Kodak's own words became ammo for prosecutors, who twisted every statement into evidence against him. That raw honesty might have been real, but in court, it's deadly. And now, that same moment's being dragged back up again to paint him as a repeat rule breaker. Then, just when it seemed like things couldn't spiral any further, chaos hit again. After one of his wild Instagram lives went viral, federal agents pulled up on his Florida home, raiding the spot and taking him into custody. Fans were shocked, again, but this time, Kodak didn't rot away in a cell for years. His lawyer, Brian Cohen, pulled off some serious legal gymnastics, convincing the judge to give Kodak rehab instead of prison. That was supposed to be his second chance.
Kodak, whose real name is Bill Capri, faced a judge Tuesday in Orange after turning himself in following an arrest warrant issued for violation of his pretrial release. Authorities said he tested positive during a random test earlier this month.
It is just unjust and not right about the situation.
Black, addressing the judge after the pretrial release technician testified he may have mixed up the samples between Black and another patient.
There's no way you testing positive. We can resolve that by way of a hair sample,
I understand that.
that'll clear you.
Judge Barbara Duffy then asking for a hair sample today to clear up the alleged mix-up, which Black refused, rather choosing to check into the Legacy Rehabilitation Facility for 30 days as part of his pretrial.
His shot at redemption, his lifeline to finally get right. But now, that lifeline's hanging by a thread. But here we are in 2025, and Kodak's right back in the same mess. Like deja vu, but way darker this time. He's been hit with the exact same charges all over again, and it feels like history's repeating itself in the worst way possible. But here's where it gets even crazier. Kodak didn't just hide his demons anymore.
I always say, but at times when it feel good, that's what you say sometimes. Yeah. I thought your name was Bubba. Hey, oh.
Which is when Kodak made the biggest mistake of it all. The morning after the live,
he practically live-streamed them for the whole world to see. From TikToks to chaotic IG lives, he left a digital trail so obvious, it's like he personally handed the feds a roadmap to his downfall. Federal agents didn't have to dig too deep. He gave them everything on camera. They used his own clips to piece together a massive case against him, and the details coming straight from that evidence file are wild. It showed exactly how his past choices came back to bite him. When Kodak first entered Rehab years ago, everything stopped. His music career went silent. No new tracks, no wild lives, no studio sessions. For a while, it looked like he'd ghosted the industry completely, and people started moving on like he was a forgotten name. But then, out of nowhere, the turnaround everyone hoped for actually started happening. Inside Rehab, Kodak began to look better, healthier, focused, grounded.
Come on, say y'all people like who be on that, y'all be on all type, y'all be on say all type of stupid. Yeah, but I take you one, and y'all be so hurt. Y'all wanna like it anyway. Yeah. Everybody else who be coming like on that timing, they ain't got no motion. They broke, they hurt, they something, or they trying to come into life some kind of way and trying to like look any type of little. Yeah, I could come in that way. Oh, I think you need help. Oh, look, bro. Try to like, and then you don't think.
He talked about change, and fans believed it. For a short time, it seemed like he was finally breaking the cycle, finally ready to win for real. Yet not even 3 weeks after walking out, all that progress went up in smoke. The moment he got his freedom back, the old habits crept in, and this time, the whole internet was watching. Then came his big comeback move, the single, Walk. That track went nuclear, racking up over 33 million views and shooting him right back to the top of the charts. Fans cheered, blogs praised the glow-up, and for a moment, Kodak looked unstoppable again. But success can be a double-edged sword, and his next move proved it. He accepted an invite from Cenat to join a livestream, and what happened there turned into a full-blown internet meltdown. When Kodak walked into Kai's house, fans instantly noticed something was off.
Again, while we waiting on other people too, right? Other people, they don't know how to let time do its thing. Everybody like let time do it, bro. Time is the best, what you call it, whether it's gonna heal or whatever it's gonna let, let time do it. You gotta be patient. Love is patient, love is kind. Like I'm saying, it makes absolutely zero sense, no sense at all to try to approach the situation with any type of aggression. The whole world on, everybody on, your man on, your tune, everybody again, while we just down here waiting on when we're gonna.
Okay, take a seat next to him. Take a seat next to him. Enjoy that food. Enjoy that. Take a seat next to him, brother. That part. Talk to the people. That part read. I can't.
Hold on, bro. I want to be part of. Bro, I want to join that, bro. I want to be right here, bro.
His eyes darted around. His speech was slurred. He was sweating bullets, swatting at the air, and mumbling random words like he wasn't even there mentally. That viral stream didn't just ruin his image. It reignited every old concern about whether Kodak was truly okay or just a ticking time bomb waiting to explode again. The chaos from that Cenat livestream didn't fade. It exploded. Within minutes, clips of Kodak's erratic behavior flooded every platform. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing, saying he looked completely strung out, unstable, and lost in his own world. Kai himself looked shaken, trying to keep the energy light, but it was clear. Something wasn't right with Kodak.
Okay, so I thought Kodak was in Miami. I see he's in Atlanta. So I'm getting a flight down to Atlanta right now and do something. So anybody that's already down in Atlanta that knows him and knows anything about him, I know I said rappers and all that, but right now I need y'all, man, to really go and do something. We can't. I know y'all think I'm crashing out. You see me talking, I'm expressing myself. And look, man, please don't. I know I said a lot, and just let me go down there and go help this man out.
Favorite rapper?
Who?
I'm his favorite rapper.
You Drake favorite rapper?
Yeah.
Nah.
He always say that, even if people always say that. They always say that. Even when he, you know what I mean? Even when he ain't around, so shit like, oh, no, it's for real.
And then came the move that made it all 10 times worse. Instead of laying low and letting things cool off, Kodak made the biggest mistake of his career the very next morning. He jumped right back on Instagram Live, determined to clear the air. But what he said during that live ended up digging his own grave even deeper. Kodak admitted, on camera, that he had taken a little something extra before appearing on Kai's stream. That slip wasn't just careless. It was basically a public confession straight into the hands of law enforcement, confirming every rumor the internet had been whispering about him. The fallout was instant and brutal. Millions of fans who had been cheering for his comeback were now heartbroken, watching their favorite artist throw his sobriety away like it meant nothing. Kodak's credibility, the image of a man trying to turn his life around, collapsed overnight. But instead of stepping back, regrouping, or seeking help, Kodak doubled down. He lashed out at fans and critics, firing off angry lives and posting more clips that showed him clearly spiraling.
Right now, man, we worried about you. You don't look too healthy. In front of outside looking in, it's obvious that you're a and I don't believe for 1 second you just doing for your own enjoyment. Nah, you trying to find something to fill up that void that's within your chest. See, I've been where you at right now. But by the grace of God, I'm clean. Them strongholds have been pulled down. Them chains are broken. So I'm qualified to talk about this. You got to make a decision, bro. You got too many people looking up to you. And from one father to another, you got to set the right example for your son. This coming from somebody who genuinely cares. So if you come across this video, you want to sit at the table, break bread, man, holla at me.
Say I love when Kodak's sober. Chain sober. I love sober.
Niggas going for two.
I know it's sober.
Yo.
For what? For what? Look at all this money. Look at all this cash. Sober for what? Too young, sober. Young, sober.
Hey, Kodak, what you gotta say about the Ravens, big G? I love the Ravens. Hello. Hey, what about that boy LJ, man? What you gotta tell the flock about that boy LJ, man? Yeah. Oh, that boy Yak in the city. Yeah, Yak in the city. I live out here. Hello. Yeah, Yak in the city. Baltimore, let him know.
What started as a PR disaster turned into a full-blown meltdown playing out in real time across social media. Then came the moment that truly scared people. Just 1 month later, Kodak went live again, and what he said left fans absolutely shaken. Sitting alone, eyes heavy, voice trembling, he admitted that he was just waiting to pass away. The energy was eerie, hopeless, and painfully real. But what made it even more disturbing was that he wasn't just venting. He was reading from a viral tweet word for word. The tweet said, "Every time I see Kodak Black, I get so sad. That man got like 4 baby moms, and not one of you greedy women care about him for real. Why are y'all not helping him? You're probably just sitting around waiting for him to pass away." Hearing Kodak repeat those words, almost as if he believed them himself, hit fans hard. The comments were filled with heartbreak, fear, and disbelief. People realized they weren't watching a celebrity downfall anymore. They were watching a man cry out for help in plain sight. And just when everyone thought it couldn't get any darker, the feds caught wind of another viral clip. One showing Kodak standing in the middle of a busy street, holding a piece of fried chicken, looking completely detached from reality. No security, no crew, no sense of what was happening around him. Just Kodak, lost, fragile, and unraveling in front of millions who once believed he'd finally made it out. That bizarre video of Kodak standing in the street, clutching a piece of chicken, spread across the internet like wildfire. Fans were horrified, convinced they were witnessing someone completely losing control right before their eyes. The comments turned into a flood of panic, heartbreak, and disbelief, with thousands saying the same thing. Kodak wasn't just slipping, he was spiraling fast. And then came a twist nobody expected. Kanye West stepped in. The clip reached Ye, and he didn't stay silent. Kanye publicly voiced his concern for Kodak's safety, saying the industry needed to stop laughing at his downfall and start protecting him before it's too late. Kanye's message was clear. Hip-hop can't keep letting its artists destroy themselves while the world watches for entertainment. That single act of compassion gave fans a glimmer of hope, making them believe maybe, just maybe, Kodak could still be saved if enough people reached out to pull him out of the fire. But that hope didn't last long. Later that same night, another disturbing video surfaced. Kodak pacing around his room, muttering under his breath that he was Drake's favorite rapper. Normally, that kind of brag would be harmless, even believable. But this time it felt different, unhinged. His eyes were wild, his tone off, his words slurred. It wasn't confidence, it was confusion. Fans watching knew right then that Kodak didn't just need sympathy, he needed serious professional help. What made it worse was the environment surrounding him. Kodak's downfall wasn't just about bad choices, it was about bad company. He was constantly surrounded by people who cared more about filming him than saving him, recording his meltdowns instead of stepping in to stop them.
Never doubt yourself. You got them babies counting on you. There's gonna be times where you're gonna doubt yourself, you're gonna be in pain, but them babies counting on you, you gotta be here. And I'm telling you that because a lot of people get around you and they see your success and they say, oh man, a lot of people need you, and they yes man you. I ain't here to yes man you. You know me, every time we connect, you know I got love for you. Not because I need you, I got love for you because you're a young cat and I was young, Gil was young. Live. And I'm telling you that because you see that love that lady gave, you see how you light up when I talk about your babies? Live. These people want to laugh, they want to joke, they want to criticize. They don't know your pain, I don't know your pain. But I know one thing, them babies counting on you.
Girl treated you right, never, bro. I never had experienced love before. I never experienced it. I never experienced it, bro. I never experienced it, bro. I never did, bro. I never did, bro. I never experienced love, bro. I never did, bro. I never had it. I never had it, bro. I never had it, bro. I never had it. I never had it.
Imagine a world if all of us was just one color. If all of us was just blue or green. Oh, if everybody was smart, you gotta have some dumb people. Oh, what if everybody was rich? We're gonna take the trash out.
With this then going mega viral online, Kodak would have to respond. He would apologize to everyone.
Every live, every clip, every viral moment turned into content for clout instead of a cry for help. Instead of brothers holding him accountable, he had enablers feeding off his pain. For months, the chaos didn't slow. It only grew louder. The same reckless behavior kept repeating, like a sad cycle no one could break. And finally, more voices from the rap world began to speak up. Artists who usually stayed silent couldn't ignore it anymore. Even Boosie, known for never sugarcoating anything, decided to weigh in again. This time with a tone that was more worried than angry. It wasn't just a story anymore. It was a tragedy unfolding in real time, and everyone could feel that Kodak Black was slipping further from the man he once was. Boosie surprised everyone when he spoke up again, but this time, it wasn't with anger or shade. It was pure concern. His tone shifted from street talk to straight-up compassion, pleading with Kodak to pull it together before it was too late. "You a legend, bro," Boosie said during one interview, "but legends don't need to crash out to prove they real." It was a rare, emotional moment that reminded everyone this wasn't just gossip. It was a cry for help from one artist to another who'd walked that same dark road. But just a week later, things got heated all over again. Kodak was spotted at a local football game, trying to enjoy himself, when a fan walked up to him and said, "I love it when you're sober." Instead of taking it as love, Kodak snapped. He felt disrespected, cornered, and jumped right back on IG Live moments later, his voice sharp, his energy tense. "Break bread, man. Holler at me, right?" he shouted, sounding defensive and irritated. Fans watching the stream said it felt like he was at war with the world and with himself, too. Then came another hard hit, a viral low point that spread across every corner of social media. Kodak showed up courtside at a Baltimore Ravens game, and once again, he looked totally out of it. Cameras caught him stumbling, eyes half open, barely keeping focus while greeting quarterback Lamar Jackson. Instead of a wholesome moment between a rapper and an NFL star, it turned into yet another headline about Kodak spiraling in public. One viral tweet summed up the mood perfectly. NFL fans are worried for rapper Kodak Black, who appeared off while showing love to Lamar Jackson. That was the moment the industry finally drew the line. People who had once defended him couldn't keep pretending everything was fine. Insiders started speaking out, admitting they were scared for him, not just disappointed. Even Wallow and Jilly from $1 Million worth of games stepped in with heartfelt advice that hit deep. They told Kodak, "Don't ever doubt yourself. You got them babies counting on you, man."
Honestly, like, I'm sorry to everybody. I'm sorry to the people who I heard it. I'm sorry if you don't understand me. I'm sorry if you just don't like me. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to everybody that I've wronged, and I'm so sorry to all the times I made my mom cry, and I'm sorry to all the girls whose heart I broke. I'm sorry to young Miami, you know what I'm saying, for kind of disrespecting her and stuff like that. She accepted my apology.
She did? They reminded him that this wasn't just about rap anymore. It was about survival, about family, about breaking the cycle before it broke him completely. And that's when the real weight of his situation started to sink in. According to Google, Kodak has 5 kids, 5 innocent lives depending on him to be present, stable, and strong. His choices weren't just killing his career. They were threatening his entire legacy. That realization hit him like a brick. The very next day, Kodak hopped on Instagram Live again. But this time, instead of yelling or rambling, he spoke quietly, almost broken. He confessed that he'd never truly felt real love in his life. That raw admission stopped everyone cold. Fans flooded the comments, saying it finally made sense. The chaos, the mood swings, the reckless decisions. For someone constantly surrounded by fake friends, clout chasers, and temporary flings, that emptiness was eating him alive. "He ain't chasing fame," one fan wrote. "He's chasing love he never got." Then came the moment that gave everyone a flicker of hope. Kodak finally sat down with Wallow and Gilly face to face. The tough love was brutal but necessary. They didn't sugarcoat a single thing. They told him to get back up, take responsibility, and protect his legacy. And for the first time in a long time, Kodak actually listened. He looked sober, focused, and calm. For a few weeks, fans saw a glimmer of the old Kodak. The sharp, witty artist everyone fell in love with years ago. He cleaned up, stayed off the chaos, and started moving like a man ready to rebuild his name. Then, just when things were finally starting to look up, a major invite dropped into his lap, one that would change everything once again. That major invite turned out to be something nobody saw coming, the White House itself. On paper, it looked like the perfect setup for Kodak's big comeback. A high-profile appearance, cameras flashing, powerful people in the room. It should have been his redemption moment. But behind those smiles and photo ops, things were far from calm. Sources close to Kodak said the pressure of being surrounded by top officials and influential figures completely shook him. The nerves kicked in hard, and instead of staying grounded, he allegedly turned to something to calm down before the event even began. When clips from that day started circulating, the internet went into meltdown mode. Kodak looked off again, jittery, anxious, and distracted. Fans flooded social media with comments like, "He ain't ready for this type of pressure," and "Somebody needs to get him real help." The backlash was instant, forcing Kodak to step up and respond directly. Later that night, he posted a video apologizing to everyone, saying he wanted to do better, be better, and use his influence for good. He openly admitted his past mistakes and said he was genuinely sorry for everything he'd done wrong. For a brief moment, it felt like maybe, just maybe, Kodak was finally taking full responsibility for his actions. But then, later that same night, Kodak jumped back on IG Live with yet another apology. But this one had a twist. He spoke directly to Kanye West, calling Ye a real one, and thanking him for standing by him when nobody else did. Then he dropped an unexpected line that had the internet losing its mind. Kanye did some real stuff. And you know what? I'm gonna do a collab with you so we can get some money. Fans couldn't tell if it was a genuine shout-out or another erratic moment, but one thing's for sure. It went viral instantly. Interviews popped up everywhere. News outlets replayed the clip non-stop. And social media couldn't stop talking about whether Kodak was finally turning things around or just sinking deeper into chaos. But here's the dark truth nobody can ignore.
Yeah. Kanye a real one. You know why you a real one? Cause like, I'm some whole up. Cause like, Kanye the only stuff did it. Cause he know he ain't a lot of the other stuff looking unclean up in her Kanye
Every single one of these clips, apologies and confessions, are now in the prosecution's hands. They're not just viral moments anymore. They're evidence in court. The same words Kodak spoke to win back the internet might be the same ones the judge uses against him when his trial begins. And that's what makes this next chapter so unpredictable. So now the world's waiting to see. Will Kodak finally be locked up to learn his lesson? Or will the system give him one last shot at redemption through rehab? The clock's ticking, the trial's coming, and the stakes have never been higher.